I'm Ashton Addison from Blockwest Capital for Investment Pitch Media and the Crypto Coin Show. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Lin Dai, the CEO of OneOf. Lin, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for taking the time to come on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. I'm excited to dive into the world of NFTs. There's so much to learn about, so many different things going on, and I know that OneOf is bringing a really interesting initiative into the cryptocurrency space right now. I would love to kick off our conversation by just hearing a little bit more from you about OneOf and what are some of the main solutions that the platform is driving into the industry.
Yeah, thank you. So OneOf.com is a green NFT platform specifically built for the music vertical. So we work with top artists and major partners in the music space and aim to bring NFT, demystify NFT and make affordable NFTs for the everyday fans.
Very cool. And from what I've seen, and a lot of people have approached me asking about NFTs throughout this year, it seems that the majority of people right now on the surface level understand NFTs as digital artwork or a non-fungible token, but mostly represented through artwork. And this is an interesting twist because this is a really great use case for artists and for the entertainment industry to do it with music. Can you talk about how you see the current NFT landscape and where OneOf fits into that as it continues to grow out and bring out more mainstream use cases?
Yeah, NFTs is really, lines of code that creates a digital certificate of authenticity, right? So that can be applied to any number of digital items or even physical items. So that's what's super exciting about the kind of the underlying technology. It could fundamentally change how we kind of authenticate and transfer value in many different ways. So the earlier use case and the earliest one of the earliest use case that really got me excited was 2.5 years ago when one of our my mentor and VC, Bill Tai, who's one of the earliest investors in the blockchain space, came to me and was like, "Lin, you had to take a look at these blockchain cats," right? So that was CryptoKitties, one of the earliest example of gamified NFT experience. We're like, wow, that really kind of set up a lot of thinking how this could be, fundamentally be very additive to the music industry and the entertainment industry. We started building our projects like started 2.5 years ago. This year, certainly NFT proliferated really kind of in the art category. So art is, I would say that's like a really kind of easy to understand use case, right? So a piece of art has high value, a piece of physical art has high value from, for the collectors. And digital art is kind of just a natural evolution of that, and NFT kind of surfaces as kind of the perfect digital authenticity, certificate of digital authenticity, attached to a piece of artwork, digital artwork that was like previously very hard to certify, right? Like you can just like right click and copy a digital artwork. Now music takes that to even the next level. So how music is different from art, I think in a couple of ways. Music is even more understandable, right? Art, there is a little bit of a it's catered to the high-end consumer, but also price discovery is not that easy. Why is a painting of a bull carrying a Bitcoin worth millions of dollars if it's done by Beeple versus I can draw the same thing, like the same painting by Lin Dai is probably worth like $4, right? So price discovery for the average consumer is not that clear, but music is different. Everybody knows, right? And like logically that John Lennon's Imagine as an NFT is probably worth a lot more than the third track on Britney's fourth album, right? No offense to Britney. So I think that basically makes it an interesting opportunity to really bring NFT to the masses, because everybody already understands music, and music as NFTs. It's not that hard of a leap of limited edition, let's say limited edition of Nirvana's Nevermind album,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you already have kind of physical world equivalent of that, which is like an autograph vinyl by of Thriller by Michael Jackson is probably can worth a lot. But NFT is really exciting at the beginning of the artist's career. That's what we're really excited about. Is an artist who maybe have his or her first 1,000 fan that's willing to buy a digital collectible from the artist. We all have that experiences like, oh yeah, I saw that artist play, at this little bar or at my friend's party. Now he or she is the biggest DJ ever. But like now you can prove it, right? Like if you were really the first 500 fans, you get to participate in the artist's career in like a brand new way through NFTs.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting, and thanks for the backstory, Lin. And I'm curious to dive into that a little bit more. Talking about these special occasions, and it's not just taking the album and putting each song as an NFT or the album as an NFT, although you can do that. I'm curious with OneOf on the platform, are you doing different initiatives with artists where you're doing special occasions, or are you just buying the tracks? What are the limits on OneOf's platform and what you can get as an NFT?
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything, right? So I think on some other platform, it's very kind of one-dimensional, right? So there are art platforms that just sell art. NBA Top Shot is great, right? But it's very much like it's a trading card like platform. So we do a little bit of everything. I think it's so early in the NFT space. We're doing a lot of experimentation with a lot of success with our artist partners. For example, like and what we really think NFT proliferates is when the digital world connects with the physical world. So we're always looking to kind of experiment around that front. So for example, our first two collections, Doja Cat, right? So one of the the biggest female streaming artists right now. Her collection really is a collection of 7 different NFTs that all of them can unlock experiences in the real world. Could be golden tickets to her next tour, or could all the way up to the one-of-one comes with a VIP experience. We'll fly you first class to her next show. We'll do a tour of living one day in the life of Doja. You can go to her favorite restaurant before you go get the VIP experience at the show. So there's a lot of that. And then our first kind of free collection that we did together with iHeart Radio Music Festival is, iconic festival every year in Vegas. And this is, last year it was, because of the pandemic, it was virtual. This year was, kind of first time it came back in Vegas. And, we gave away we minted 1 billion free NFTs, which is kind of never been done before on any blockchain. In like one night we did it. And then we gave them away to fans. And if you collected, right, so there was like 12 different tokens. If you collected the right combination, you could win a kind of VIP experience to this year's festival. So which was super successful. I think what we the opposite, right? The future of this, we think the opposite is true also. Where imagine you were actually at the festival and Doja Cat start performing. And then in the middle of her song, she blows a kiss to the audience, and everybody raises their phone to catch, the virtual kiss, right? And then that becomes an NFT, and you have anybody who, quote unquote, at that moment caught that NFT, and maybe that represents a digital experience, and maybe now that NFT becomes a special item or character in the metaverse or some virtual world game. I think both are interesting. Where when the line is blurred between physical and digital, that's when I think true fans get to enjoy the utility of the NFT more than just kind of the physical NFT itself or the digital representation of the NFT, which is an image or a song or a media file.
Yeah, it's super fascinating, Lin, and I completely agree, because I've talked to a lot of people that are getting into NFTs and they're trying to understand from the artwork perspective, how is this digital art on my computer? If I don't have like a painting in my house, or how can I really enjoy it if I'm just looking at it on the screen? But to incorporate all of these different VIP experiences and actual, physical things that you can do with proving the ownership of the NFT, I think is going to be next level. And it's really exciting to hear about that, the drop and the giveaway that you did with iHeart. That's a huge brand, and to be able to collect things like that early on, I think is super exciting for fans. And I saw on the OneOf platform that you're doing NFT drops. Like often people can just go and buy different NFTs there, but there's also sort of drops and things like that. Maybe you could talk about that and how often your team is doing that, and will there be more of the same moving forward?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're planning about 200 collections in the first 12 months. And each collection comes with, kind of one or more drops, and and usually kind of 3 drops is what we're doing now, right? So each week there could be one or more artists being featured on our platform. So, I think the biggest barrier to entry still is both the price and the difficulty for the average consumer or average fan to get involved in the NFT space. So we broke down both of those barriers, right? So minting an NFT on other platforms, minting is the word for creating an NFT. The cost of creating an NFT is as high as like $500, $600, $700, right? Because the limitation of proof of work blockchain. So we broke that down and through our platform, which is built on Tezos, which is environmentally friendly, 2 million times more energy efficient, but as well as super low transaction costs. So through our minting methods, it's effectively about 2 cents to mint an NFT. And we subsidize that cost for our artist partners, right? We partner with the biggest artists in the world, including, such as Doja Cat and iHeart. So we can afford to actually, now we can actually allow the artists to have a full canvas to create whatever artwork without having to charge their fans an arm and a leg. The entire iHeart collection is free. It's just not possible on any other platforms. Right? We were able to subsidize the cost on 1 million NFTs because our technology allows the NFT to be minted and in an affordable way to consumers. So the second kind of challenge barrier to entry for everyday fans is it's just too complicated. You have to be a really a crypto nerd like me on most other platforms to be able to learn like how to set up a wallet, how to custody your own keys. And then if you don't do it right, you lose all your crypto assets, and it's kind of it's very challenging for the everyday fan. I mean, we basically built a platform, OneOf.com is built for the everyday fan. So you don't have to understand crypto. You don't have to know how to open your own wallet. You basically sign up with your email and phone number, and you can get to buy your first NFT for $5 in under 3 minutes with a credit card. Right. So, what we're looking to do is just really, through the fun use case of music NFT, collecting something from your favorite artist, onboard kind of the next 100 million non-crypto native fans. So I think that's a big difference between kind of the community we're trying to serve and educate versus, I think a lot of platforms are built to target the crypto whales. We have full crypto payment capabilities. You can pay with Tezos, you can pay with ETH, and get your NFTs. We're a very inclusive platform, but I think the secret sauce here is we do make it easy, for the kind of the next tens of millions or 100 million user to be onboarded into the blockchain space.
Definitely, I think that's a great breakdown of the barriers to entry, especially when I didn't know that it would cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars to produce an NFT. To move that down to 2 cents is astronomically better. So that's super great to hear with the OneOf platform, and to have it on the Tezos. I actually haven't heard of that with NFTs, but it sounds like your team's really worked it out where you can purchase with a credit card, make it really easy. It's interesting to see people that aren't involved in cryptocurrency get involved in it through NFTs, through something like OneOf. And I think that's going to be just another door opening to help show Web 3.0 to the rest of the world. And I'm curious, Lin, you're already working with some of the biggest artists. Can you give a glimpse into the future and what you think the popularity of music-based NFTs will be in 2 years from now or 3 years from now? And will every artist be using these?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a fundamentally, kind of the fourth pillar of a artist revenue stream that didn't exist before, and is now kind of potentially is as meaningful, if not more meaningful, than the other three pillars, right? So this is, if you imagine an artist's career, usually it consists of music revenue or streaming revenue. But artists often have to collateralize that by signing a record deal, right? So I go through a major label. The second revenue stream, touring revenue, right? But the artists usually have to sign a a ticketing or touring deal with a platform or a company like Live Nation. So so that's collateralized, and then songwriting revenue. Artists usually have to sign a publishing deal. So this is NFTs is kind of a direct way for the artist to connect with their biggest fans and community and monetize directly, really without collateralizing their revenue potential with a third party, right? So we're just a platform where the artists interact with their fans. So it's really truly kind of something that is very liberating, and this is the first time also the fans get to also, it's a two-way street, right? The fans get to participate in the artist's career. Imagine you collected the rookie card of some artist that you saw at some small bar in the suburbs, and then 3 years later that artist went on to win a Grammy, right? So you get to, if you hold that artist's first NFT, you get to participate in the artist's career in a brand new way. So we partnered with Quincy Jones, right? So Quincy is it backed our company, and he's certainly one of the most legendary figures in music, and he's most people don't know this, he is very tech forward. He's one of the first investors in Spotify, right? Whenever there is a new technology that is fundamentally beneficial to the artist, he's usually one of the first one to adopt this. So working with Quincy and Quincy's team, Quincy's president of Quincy Jones Productions, Adam Fell, is my partner in the project. We are, just what we have planned. I hinted that we have about 200 collections from major and emerging artists planned for just the first 12 months of the company, and each collection is designed a little differently, right? So there are experiences involved. They are, we have a collection that just went live today with The Game, the rapper, right? So that collection is kind of a combination of music plus kind of a little bit of the trading card mechanism. So you can now collect buy a pack and get collect any of 12 different unique NFT cards from the game. And some cards comes with an unreleased track. Some card comes with an unreleased music video. So it's really fun, and then you get to trade that with other fans, right? So now we're combining kind of a gamification with actual unreleased music. So artists like The Game is really pioneering kind of how to actually release new music through this new medium, which is very, very exciting. I mean, you can't get this song on normal streaming platforms, right? You can't get this music video on YouTube. So his true fans get to now collect something that truly nobody else have, right? So
very, very cool, Lin. And I'm definitely looking forward to checking out the platform to see these future drops and see which artists are the ones that start developing this kind of connection to their fans through NFTs. So I think it sounds very promising moving forward for the viewers that are looking to also follow along with the updates on OneOf and get a hold of some of these NFTs that are currently on the platform and for the upcoming NFT drops. What's the best way for them to get involved in the platform?
Yeah, you can follow us on social media, on Instagram and Twitter at OneOf NFT, so all spelled out, or you can just go check out the website directly, oneof.com. We have, like I said, drops almost every other day, and multiple artists going live. So right now on the site there's the game collection is live, and then we have a free collection with a free NFT that we're releasing also later today with Alesso, on the major EDM DJ, that tease into his full collection later in the month. So it's all very exciting. The only thing I would say is usually these collection gets sold out, or free NFT gets claimed within minutes. So you have to stay on top and follow our social and know when the drop happens, and just be there. We make it super affordable, so you could get a great NFT for as little as $5 these days. So
amazing. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show. I will leave those links to the community and the website as well in the description box below. All the best with all of the artists that your team's working with moving forward and overall on the OneOf platform, and let's follow up in the near future.
Yep, thank you.